procedures we will be following for doing a PM. The main point, a valid permit declares you a written statement, so and so and job will be carried out, a PM procedures for a clean agent system. Second point, conducting a toolbox talks. A PICWIX, a person who takes a permit, who handles a permit, he should know what kind of awareness I'll be giving to the people and what kind of toolbox talks I'd like to make out, what can be the procedures will be done, what will be the safety things, what will be the evacuation plans, what I will do in an emergency, what will be the bypassing procedures, whom I need to inform. So all things will be included in this one. Third point, studying up the cause and effect to avoid doubt about the logic and activation sequence. This point plays a very important role. For example, I have a doubt to start a PM job. So I should know what will be the effect of that one. What will be the effect, for example, if I give one smoke detector or a normal manual call point, so what will be the effect of that one? So it could be a kind of release, it can be a kind of HVAC tripping, or it could be a kind of awareness of the siren activation. So I should know what I will make out to avoid the doubt. So I should have a written papers of a cause and effect. If I activate a smoke detector, if I activate a manual call point, I should be having the point about the logic sequence to all the peoples to make it aware in my team that this will be the procedures, this will be the cause and effect need to be done. Fourth point is making physical verification before isolation of a clean agent for the PM job. Whenever we go for a PM job for a clean agent, make out a physical verifications, like for the cylinders, the pressures are okay, the solenoids are okay, is there any damage on this one? If I place a hand, it might get more damage or something. So
what do you mean by okay? Because I believe the solenoid thing is was the reason of this incident which happened. And during the PM, what do you mean by okay? How should I verify that the solenoid is there in the right position?
Mostly, see, if I go for a solenoids, I should be having same the point, the physical verification, what exactly it is. It's in the reset position, or the car has been de-energized, or is there an alarm on the fire panel or something like that. Even if there is any fire panel alarm on this one, I should be having the point to make it the voltage is being 0. That's the point we need to make out in this one. Because sometimes, see, in some people are having logic of it will be energized condition, or some will be having the de-energized condition. So we should have the point, better make a point, we should have voltage verifications. In that condition, we'll be having double assurance. Yeah, it is 0. Maybe the physical problem will be there, the solenoid mechanically it will be having some damage, or it may activate by a stucking up of the solenoid, because it's a mechanical part or something inside. So we should be having both the sides double assurance in this one. Fourth point I will go, following up for the proper steps for putting the clean agent system into auto manual inhibit by the key selector switch. Make double verification in the panel. So for example, it has been connected to our fire panels, console panel, or different kind of panels in this one. So whenever, if I enter for a protected room, there is a key switch, auto manual inhibit. We have the T kind switches in this one. So I should make aware, if I put the auto system, the logic will be in auto. If any kind of smoke activates, it will, after the 30-second sequence, it will activate the clean agent. For the manual activations, the people, someone want to enter the room or someone want to do some kind of job inside, so he will be having the manual inhibit, the same one. And double verification, for example, the same kind, it will be reporting to the fire request server and also in the DCS. In the DCS, the panel operator should come to know that someone has entered in a protected area, a substation, or any kind of IES or something. Isolation of the solenoid from the cylinder bank as well directional wall, and duty to be inspected for any kind of corrosion, damage, contamination from the foreign particles. Isolation of the solenoids. The permit has been issued, so we are going for the procedures. So one by one we will make assurance of the guys who will go for the urban areas who need to be verify the solenoids in this one. So before doing this one, so we should know the cables are okay, the insulation, the conduits, everything is okay, it's not been damaged or something. We should be having the cable routing has been done properly, the cable is been worn out or it's very old, we have to make up that one. And also the solenoids, we need to know it has kept open for any reasons, or it has been mounted in a wrong position, the key selector switch, the key lever, manual lever is in the protected side. So we should be knowing this one while keeping the solenoids on. Cleaning the manual brake glass unit, also replacing the brake glass during the PM schedule. This plays an important role. In this one, we should make sure when we do a manual release is most of the time is in the open area. So due to the sun, it may get the chance to get the glass get brittle after the period of month, because we cannot assumption on the natural calamities, maybe the sand accumulations or any kind of overheatedness in this one, the brake glass will get brittle in that. So we should be having that every manual brake glass should be replaced in kind of PM job when we found any doubt in this one. Checking for any kind of leaks for the cylinder head, back pressure tubing, discharge hose with verify all the pressures on the cylinder, duly showed on the pressure gauge. For this one, when we go for a verification, the cylinders in the cylinder bank, we should make the pressures are okay. It don't have any kind of leak, it don't have any kind of damage on the cylinders, it has not been manually dismantled or something without any protection. So we should be knowing any kind of leak in this one. The leak should be okay, the pressure inside should be like as per the procedure, sometimes 200 psi or 150 it should be knowing. Then our second point, during the functional test of the smoke detector or manual activation for checking the sequence, make double verification for the solenoids energized or de-energized during the voltage in the junction box. So this point we should know when we put a sequence. When we activate the smoke detectors, the solenoid has been dismantled and we need to make the activation sequence like after 30 seconds the solenoid should get activated. In that scenario, we should make double verification the solenoid is activated or deactivated. Even we need to check the voltage in that one in the panel for a moment. It will be like double verification. It is like manually has been activated or the physically is activated. We should be knowing that one. So a double sequence of putting the voltage, so it will be helpful for us for double assurance. And after the procedure has been completed for the testing, so we should be having the reset procedures. When we reset, so we should know the solenoid has been de-energized condition. It has no power inside. And for the resetting tool, we should reassure the solenoid has been into the normal positions by putting the tools, and we have to reset physically that one, and we should make it sure that there is no alarm on the panel. Even if there is no alarm, we should physically make out that yeah, my solenoid is okay. I can then physically I'll put it back on the mounting on the cylinders in the room. Last point, in case of manual release from the solenoid, please check that lever has been properly safeguarded with a manual safety pins. This plays an important role. In this one, if the power supply fails for you, we have one option to make it activate by the lever. The lever manual levers. And the manual levers will be always protected with the pin. So we should make sure the pin has been safeguarded during the time of PM job. It has been not been removed out of the sling rope and something like that. We should be properly making tight in this one. So these are the procedures which has been followed our checklist for the daily PM job and also for the clean engine system, and also all the following we make out in our daily activities for doing this one. So I will finish off my presentation.
Well done.
Now this procedure, everybody here is doing these steps or some different technicians, different